Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again this week. I am featuring St. Mark's again, as it's my favourite birding spot. There were a lot of highlights in April. I went down to the refuge several times, and there's been lots of shorebirds migrating through. Some of the birds that were around last month are still here, and of course there's always alligators. If you want to see some additional footage from the refuge, just check out my last video, which was episode 2 of Random Acts of Birding. One of the coolest encounters I had that I didn't feature in Random Acts of Birding was this green heron that had caught a Southern Leopard Frog. And as I watched the heron tackle eating the frog, I started wondering whether it was too big for it to handle, but eventually it managed to get it in position and down the hatch it went. After it had eaten the frog, I captured this image as it was just about to shake itself and fluff its feathers. I think it was proud of its achievement. And then along the side of Lighthouse Road, there's a lot of really good habitat for water birds like Sora and gallinamules. And I had about, I think it was 6 different least bitterns. Most of them were kind of hard to film and photograph, but this one came out in the open, and then I managed to get a couple of really nice pictures of it, which I'm really happy with. Down at the lighthouse, the tides were right for an evening visit after work, and there were a lot of the usual shorebirds that are around at this time of year: Semipalmated plovers and short-billed dowitchers, lesser yellowlegs and least sandpipers. And it was kind of a stormy windy evening, and then the sun came out and weak looking rainbow behind the lighthouse, but I enjoyed taking this picture. Of course, now that the sun had come up, the birds were looking really pretty in the low evening light. And a group of least terns suddenly kind of came over and were feeding close to where I was standing. I took a whole bunch of images. I think I took over 500 images total, and it was a challenge trying to take pictures of these birds. They're very small and they fly very fast, but I was really happy with a lot of the images I got. I'm interested to know what your approach is when taking pictures of birds in flight. I'm always looking of ways to improve my skills, so yeah, go ahead and leave a comment. And then I really love this royal tern picture. It was just looked so pretty in the light against the black thunderstorm clouds. And then on one morning, the light was beautiful down at East River Pool, and there were a lot of shorebirds around. These 2 semi-palmated plovers were having a territorial dispute, and there were lots of little blue herons, including some immature birds which are starting to get their blue feathers come through. And the red-breasted mergansers that I featured in my last St. Mark's video are still around. Forster's terns were fishing right in front of me, which was fun to photograph. And then the semipalmated plover came closer. Got some video of that. And a greater yellowlegs. And this is a good time of year to see both greater and lesser yellowlegs and compare the difference between the two, because when they're kind of on their own they're not so easy to identify. So I took some pictures that show the comparison between the two. The greater yellowlegs is in the background in this picture. So I took two pictures very close together so you could see the difference between the two. Well, that's it for my St. Mark's birding experience this month. And like this squirrel, I'm going to go take a nap, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you would give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And if you don't subscribe to my channel, please do, and hit that notification bell. Really helps my channel grow. Thanks again, and I'll catch you next time.